Kayas are forested areas of spiritual and cultural significance to the Mijikenda people of coastal Kenya. The Mijikenda are 9 closely related groups who all speak dialects of a single language. They believe, and there is evidence, that their ancestors lived in these forests in fortified villages many ages ago, and in fact Kaya means home or village in Mijikenda. The sites are characterized by paths and clearings and contain burial areas and shrines. Over 50 of them have so far been identified. The Kayas are a powerful source of positive identity and well-being, especially for the rural Mijikenda. Kaya traditions permeate most aspects of daily lives. The values attached to them have helped in the protection of the Kaya forests and their biodiversity to the present day. And in fact, 10 Kayas are now listed as World Heritage Sites. The primary tradition handed down through the generations is that of the Mijikenda exodus from Singwaya in the far north, in present-day Somalia.
My grandchildren. There's a group of people called Mijikenda. This group is composed of 9 tribes. And they come from a place called Singwaya. This was the original home.
The story relates that they lived as one people there, but faced famine and conflict with the Gala, and thereafter left in waves on an epic journey south. On arrival in their present homelands, they settled in 9 separate kayas, or stockaded villages, within thick forests for the purposes of protection. These initial settlements would later define the individual Mijikenda groups as the years went on. The legend of Singwaya is a major pillar of the intangible heritage of the Kaya forests. The traditions are naturally centered on the Kaya forests as symbols of the soul of the community.
These tall trees, fast-growing trees of Mware, which is Bombax rhodognophallon species, and was used to mark the gates, as sometimes it would be very difficult to access the pass during the night time or bad weather. This is the second gate into the central clearing, and as you can see, there are stepping stones. It was considered a bad omen to stumble on this. So if you stumbled on this, the requirement was that you be cleansed to outcast the bad omens.
Wetu hili ni kaburi la mama yetu kwa jina ni Mijindwa Mboze.
This is the grave of our mother known as Mijindwa Mboze. She was a prophetess.
Na sisi wazee wa Kaya huwa tunafanya kazi zetu kupitia kwa hawa watabiri.
We conduct rituals in communication with her spirit. Women are involved in an important ceremony to dress her memorial post with colorful ribbons.
The intangible heritage also includes the stories and legends and important events unique to each Kaya site. The heritage is reflected in the knowledge of the rituals and of the fabrication of materials and structures used in ceremonies, such as the ritual huts and spiritual dwellings. The most notable rituals linked to the Kayas relate to maintenance and enhancement of physical and psychological health and well-being of the people. There are ceremonies regarding the preparation of land for planting, ceremonies for rain, successful harvest, and also thanksgiving. Prayer ceremonies and ceremonies for good health and healing. Remedies for famine and disease. All these in which the kayas play a central part. Kayas are also a forum for the resolution of personal or family crises in the community. The kaya elders are the main custodians of the heritage, but each community member has a role in their protection and maintenance. In fact, the traditions are notable in the way they involve both genders. And this is in keeping with the concept of kaya as home or village. Modernization, formal education, urbanization and dispersal in the modern cash economy have inevitably resulted in severely diminished knowledge and practice of kaya traditions.
I think as a country we have a responsibility to make sure that this intangible heritage is actually protected. And actually what could be done really is actually to go out there to be able to document some of these traditions. We have very strong traditions within the Mijikenda communities, which they are practiced almost on a daily basis. But there are others that they involve some financial implications, which given the current economic crunch, it's very difficult for them to actually practice them. So I think that is something which I think if funds are available, for example, that is something which could be actually encouraged.
There is a strong wish among the Mijikenda to safeguard their traditional knowledge and practices and the associated cultural spaces that are indispensable for the enactment of these practices.
Iriaho azimio la kukubali mkutano wehu gaga mautugosi ambago huzaga kubali ambatana na maagano ya mwaka 2003 ya UNESCO
in accordance with the provisions of 2003 UNESCO Convention for Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage and being custodians of Mijikenda traditions, hereby give our free, prior and informed consent for the nominations of the traditions and practices associated with the Kaya forests for inscription under the urgent safeguarding list.
Nikaya, simila nikaya, kuchisimila, pamalamazo, hegomai, alumeni sisi vigirero huzo kudasagalaha halumeni kamwe uvoya gago kugehuzo gafoya na huzikubala na sisi wenyewe.